to my channel. In this video, we're going to have a quick introduction to matrices. Now, I wanted to start with a quick definition. It's an easy definition to remember what a matrix is. And a matrix is nothing more than a rectangular array of numbers written within brackets. Now, here's an example of what a matrix looks like. I'm going to write down an example here. I'm going to denote it with letter A. I'm going to call my matrix A, and I'm going to have 2, 3, 4, and 6, 7, 0. Now here we have a matrix, and I want to mention a couple of things. And the first thing is that a matrix is represented by a capital letter and the second thing is that it's classified by its dimension. It's classified by its dimension. Okay, that means rows by columns. Rows by columns. Now, what do I mean by row by columns? Oh, by the way, we usually call it M by N. M represents your rows and N represents your columns. Well, let's classify this matrix. Matrix A. Matrix A will be a, let's see how many rows it has. Matrix A has 2 rows. It has 1 here, 1 and 2. So it has 2 rows. So matrix A, sorry, I put an equal sign here. Let me get rid of that. Is 2 rows by, let's count how many columns we have. 1, 2, and 3. So we have 2 rows by 3 columns. So A is a 2 by 3 matrix. Well, now that you know what a matrix is and you know how to classify them, what I want you to do is I want you to practice these problems here. What you're going to do is you're going to state the dimensions of each matrix, and then you're going to name the indicated element. By the way, an element is called the numbers inside the braces, or the brackets, sorry. That's what an element is. So for letter A, you're going to classify that matrix, and you're going to tell me what is the element in the first row and first column. So take a minute or two to work on these problems, pause the video, and once you're done, click play so that you can check your answers. All right, hopefully you were able to work through these problems. And let me get this. Yeah, I think red is fine. So matrix M is a 3 by 3 matrix because it has 3 rows and 3 columns. And the element in the first row, let me look, if I look at the first row and then the first column, the element in the first row and the first column will be 4. Now for letter B. In letter B we have N. Well, how many rows do I have for letter N? Well, I have 1 row. And how many columns do I have? I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 columns. So N is a 1 by 3 column, which, by the way, this is called a row. Let me do a row matrix. And it's called a row matrix because it only has 1 row. So let's look for the element on the first row and third column. Well, that will be element, I only have 1 row and the third column is here. So it will be element -3. And lastly, we have, let's see, matrix P is, it has 1, 2, 3 rows, but it only has 1 column. Okay, and this is what we will call, let me just move this a little bit. Let me move it just a little bit. This is what we will call a column matrix. And if we look for the element on the second row, first column, well, that will be number 2, which is right here. All right, if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and click on the subscribe button, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.